This is a short demo demonstrating the HeyGov government-to-citizen communication platform. First, we'll take a look at the HeyGov Citizen Service Portal. The HeyGov Citizen Service Portal is a branded application that allows citizens to log in, view their previously submitted service request, or to submit a new request. First, we'll show a demo of submitting a service request. The citizen chooses from a grouped list of service request types. In this case, we'll choose a request for a pothole repair. The citizen is able to visualize all potholes that have already been previously submitted to the city. If a citizen sees a pothole that they want to follow, they can simply click on the pothole and follow it. This allows the citizen to follow open service requests for potholes that have already been created. If a citizen wants to report a new pothole that hasn't been reported yet, they can visualize the location with a high-resolution aerial map from Bing Maps and drag and drop a push pin on the exact location. The citizen is then able to enter in their information. Once they've entered in their information once, the application remembers who they are. Then they're able to fill out a short description of the issue and upload a photo if they have one. Next, the citizen is asked additional supporting questions about the service request. This is predefined in the back-end CRM. In this example, we're showing that it's multiple lanes affected and that the pothole size is 3 feet. Now the citizen is able to submit the service request to the back-end CRM and get a service request number back. This is a demo of the HeyGov mobile apps. The HeyGov mobile apps can be downloaded from the app marketplaces and app stores. This is an example of the HeyGov app for Windows Phone 7. The HeyGov mobile apps allow you to locate issues on a map and pinpoint their exact location using the phone's GPS. The service request types come out of Microsoft Dynamics CRM. In this example, we're looking at the same service request that we saw in the Citizen Service Portal. Again, we'll do the submit a pothole repair. Once a user selects the type, they can then enter in information including comments about the issue, their first name, their last name, their email address, and their phone number. This information is stored in the back-end Dynamics CRM database and is also exposed on the Citizen Service Portal for the citizen to be able to check the status of their request. Finally, the citizen can upload a photo. We're going to load a photo from the emulator photo roll here. I've got some stock photos, so I'm just going to grab one that is a little stock photo. We'll then be prompted to submit it. So once the service request is submitted, it goes into the back-end Dynamics CRM. Next, we'll take a look at the HeyGov Open Data Portal. The Open Data Portal is a government transparency solution. First, we'll take a look at how we can look at all of our service requests submitted through the Citizen Service Portal on a map. First, we'll zoom into the location of the pothole repair that we just submitted. We can click on the issue and get a call out with the photo and other supporting information that's coming from the back-end CRM database. Custom filters can be applied to the data sets. In this example, we'll show all service requests in our city. Next, we'll do a neat visualization technique called hotspotting, where we can look at densities or clusters of service requests on the map. We also have the ability to classify the push pins by color. In this example, we're showing open and closed push pins in different colors. Next, we'll do a quick spatial query. By dragging the envelope, the user can query all of the push pins on the map. Supporting information is shown in a data grid. By clicking on one of the rows, we can quickly zoom to the location and switch to aerial photography. Next, we'll demonstrate adding some annotation to the map. The user can create all kinds of shapes and markup on the map. For example, we'll just note that this has been fixed. Even though it hasn't been updated in our CRM yet, we noticed that they were fixing the pothole today. So we want to share it with all of our friends. We can hit the share icon and we get a URL that we can post on Facebook, Twitter, or email to someone. Next, we'll demonstrate toggling on another supporting geographic layer, in this case, Commission District. Commissioners can visualize all of the service requests that are within their district. Finally, we'll talk about the apps. The apps are collections of views of data. It also allows you to link back to other online applications. In this case, we'll show an example of linking back to the Citizen Service Portal. Next, we'll talk about the catalog. In the catalog, the user can visualize data sets the government has published to the Open Data Portal. A user can click on one, for example, building permits, and drill down into the layer. They can get a quick visual of what that data looks like spatially, as well as what the data looks like in the database. Next, the user can either download a dataset as a CSV or in the popular shapefile format. The user can also access feeds of the data, so application developers can use it to develop apps and widgets. This is an example showing a WMS, and this is an example showing an OData feed, which is Microsoft's RESTful way of accessing data in SQL Azure. Next, we'll demonstrate adding this dataset to a mashup. A mashup is our predefined view of datasets that we're adding. So next, we'll also add property parcels. By adding building permits and property parcels, we can visualize the two layers together. So we'll zoom in and we'll see the property parcels starting to show up on the map. And property parcels would be related to building permits because a building permit would be tied to a property parcel. We can again look at high-resolution aerial photography and do drill-down identifies on the data, as well as other querying and ad hoc markup. So that's an example of the Open Data Portal for HeyGov. Next, we'll take a look at the Dynamics CRM 2011 integration.